All right, hey guys, Sam here with you. What are we? Tuesday, April 3rd. And for the polling that we do amongst members every day, as you know, I like to mention, that's how we choose what we give a video analysis to. One of the two for today is Verge here, Verge to Bitcoin. So I've got the daily up for Verge to Bitcoin on Bittrex. So some interesting things happening here. This is, in fact, I posted this morning amongst the members that this was the first chart I'd seen in some time that looked like crypto in 2017. So encouraging signs here. Maybe Verge is our canary in the coal mine here for better things to come moving forward into 2018. So if you look here at the daily here, a couple of things I noticed just that would be worth pointing out for the case for this being a technical low. So just doing what I would do any time I was evaluating here. So you can see clear algo activity. So we swing down right to the 50. Boom, right to target. And then there was a second one here just to add a little kicker on it for confluence. So if I work from that pivot, which obviously was important, you can see the second one right to the golden zone, and we get this confluence down here. So reasonable to assume that we have a good pivot here that now we're working from, and you can see that as the launch point as we've now broken through. Well, from here, this was the last significant pivot, breaking through that 65. Now, granted, there will need to be the breaks of the all the way halfway back. So if we take it all the way from the highs, we can anticipate resistance here and resistance here, right? So a long way to go till we get there, but certainly some encouraging signs. So now evaluating from the other side, I've left this. This is how I had it coming in this morning. So I'm going to go. Let's go to the 3 hour and take a look at this. So it's possible that we need to do some relabeling here. So coming in. So, if you're watching crypto and you come over to, like as I would do any day where I was just looking to see where movement was, we can see that Verge really for the last couple of, 3, 4, 5 days has really just been ripping here. It's one of the few standouts. And yet here we are again, 3 days into the month from where this move started, and we're still showing really, really good strength here. So if we come back to it now, and try and measure it, quantify it, figure out where we are. You have a pretty strong case here that we have a nice one wave in here. We did not overlap here. So if I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 kicker in the fifth to complete a 1, well, I've got a nice impulse coming off of that pivot that we talked about here, this significant low. So a clean 5, kind of a little, not the prettiest ABC, but we do come right to the 50, of course. So from the 50, so now that I've got 3 pivots here and I've come to a 50, of course I'm going to put a pitchfork on it. So within that, so what do we get here? Of course, this is the corner pocket, not the golden corner pocket, but we get the corner pocket trade there. 80% odds if that holds, 80% odds that we get it, and there we get it. Right as we approach the algo target, our first algo target, we hit the median line. So now, as is often the case, if it's going to pause there like we see, then we get the push through, and we've actually now just hit the second algo target. So is that the top of it? Well, no way to know just yet. And this may need to be relabeled. So looking here, I had this as a 1, 2. This is classic 4, little triangle here and 4. But given this move here, if we're looking at the relationship between the potential 5th here and the 1st, so either this is one hell of an extension, or we're going to have to relabel all of this. So given this formation here, knowing that this is going to be close to the 1618 relative to this count here in blue. So from the 1, 2, I know the 1618 is going to be close to the negative 100. This is still ripping. Now we are hitting some structural resistance here with our upper parallel coming in right at the second algo target. So could this be, it's not surprising to me that we're pausing here. Hard to call the top in, no real signs of divergence yet. So just strength, right? Just relative strength, right? Strong move. So really looking good coming off of this low. That's a pretty substantial move. So good sign here. Now, is this? Do we need to relabel this? So this would, if this were going to be our third, it's kind of hard to get anything. So you couldn't call this a 2. So right now I hold this count until I see a correction that would give me more depth here so I could qualify this. Right now, it's hard to put a count on this that's anything other than what I've got shown here. So even if I go down to, let's go down to the hourly. Let me put it in auto here, so we can get a better look at this. So here's your reaction off the 50. So again, look at splits the Vegas wave. I just love that. So 1, 2, classic 4, ripping into the 5. So could this be, if I have to go down to, even if I go to the 30-minute to try and get an extension here, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly going up in here to complete this as a 5. So within this last move here, we can see pretty clearly there's the 1, 2, big 3, potentially the 4. So one more push up. Let's go down a degree there. That's a bit much. Okay, so if this is 3, 4, we're getting nice clean separation here to give us our 5th, which would imply at this point that there's one more up here. So I would work from my 2, go up to my 3 high. I can see I'm right in the sweet spot here. There's my 38. Reasonable target up here for this to complete as a 5th. So let's see, can we combine some things here? So we're essentially hovering right here at the second algo target. So if I take my alternate price projection tool, or trend continuation as TradingView calls it, and I work off of my 2 low, we can see here's our high probability zone for our 3rd. So we've now, let me take that off. So we've now gotten to that, but it would suggest to me here that we've got potentially now one more kick up here to give us the 5th. Let's go up a degree, change that color. Let's get minuet. Okay, now that starts to make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 5 wave structure within our 5th. Here's an algo target. That looks reasonable in terms of the symmetry here of this 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, we don't know that we get that last leg up here. This could be setting up to, this could be an A wave, B, one more down for a C. It's a, you know, until we see what happens at that pivot, it's a bit premature to call that for in. Potentially that's in, but I might keep that over here. Since we're in this high probability zone for the 3rd, that would be the 3rd relative to this. So actually, so that would be, where's my 3rd here? I'm going to change that color. Let's go to green. So there's my 3rd up here. All right, so this is where we're looking for the 3 relative to this 1, 2. So if we've got another kick on that and we're going higher for that 3rd, well, that's, I mean, here's the 2, 6, 1, 8. That's an extreme for the 3rd. Nothing says we couldn't get there, but this looks a little bit more likely. So perhaps we're coming in right here at the 200%, where we get this little confluence pocket here. Upper parallel, 200%, the length of the 1 projected from the 2. I've got this great subdivision down here. Maybe that's the 4. We don't know yet. So I've got targets up here. So what does that mean for us? Not the time to be a buyer here. Right? Not the time to be a buyer, but certainly one to be paying attention to, because if this completes and we get a nice, clean, impulsive move here, well, this is positive on a number of levels. This sets up potentially our 4 here for a return to the median line. It would give us one more kick up for our 5th. You know, we can just kind of eyeball looking for symmetry as to where we might expect that to go. So a bit of a wait and see here, right? So if you didn't catch any of this, too late to be, in my view, too late to be a buyer. So you wait for the next retracement. If we get a 3, there's an opportunity to trade the 4 to the 5, right? So there you go with that. But the more encouraging sign is that if this is going to be a completed 5-wave structure, we're just completing the 1 wave. So if we put this in the context of where we've been, and if we go back to the 3-hour, let me bring this down. All right, this is very encouraging. If that's a 1, so if we go to our larger degree here now, if I can get this, we'll go up to, so we'd be looking this way, potentially. We go up there, let's go to intermediate. All right, so all the ingredients are there for us to be setting up a very fat, nice, impulsive 1 wave of the larger degree here, knowing, right, just what we want, no confirmation new trend established off of this low. 1 is in, now we're looking for the 2. So the big move that's coming is always this, we're looking for the 3rd. That's what's setting up. Now I know there's a lot of lines in here. We've got to get this completed and starting the inevitable correction or profit taking or whatever causes that to retrace, and it's a bit of a hurry up and wait. So you've got multiple opportunities here. First one trading the 4 when we see it, 4 into the 5 to complete our 1. And then the big opportunity, we'll be waiting for that ABC to come down here to give us an ABC into our 2nd. And again, we can just project a potential roadmap, nothing more than that, just a potential roadmap here for that C wave to give us our 2nd. When we complete our 5th up here and we start that correcting the impulsive 5 structure, looking for a 3rd, then we'll just wait and let that shape. And it's going to be really interesting to see if indeed we have the start of new trends here. What was so characteristic of 2017 was the A to the 50 and then the C to the 50 of the A to the B that gave us all the truncated C's that we had in 2017. Very interesting to see if that pattern continues to exert the influence here in the crypto market. Here is the impatience here so strong and the market so strong that rather than letting the C finish down here, are we getting the buy at the 50 of the A to the B? That's what we saw through 2017. Traditional would be down here. So we'll wait and see if this is going to be, if Verge is going to be our canary in the coal mine for what's coming in crypto as we come out of crypto winter. Well, that will be a very interesting tell to see how the market responds if we're going to get our nice 3-wave structure. Where does the C bottom before we start again? Something to be watching for. All right, guys. Very encouraging news and technical action here in Verge. So one to be on your radar. All right, I'll break it there.